Hello children, this is your physics teacher Sharma and I welcome you all back to my class again. Today we are going to start a new chapter. Imagine once you wake up and you see no light. Imagine you come from outside and you see nothing in your house. It's very dark. Is it not very horrible? It is. We have five senses. And one amongst those is our eye, which makes everything around us visible to us. Okay, we also have the saying, Sarvendriyanam Nayanam Pradhanam. Amongst all the five senses, eyes take the top priority. Okay, now, what makes the eyes even work? This is where the name of our chapter comes, light. Okay, now, this light, which is primarily coming from the sun, okay, is making everything visible to us. How? Very simple. If you are able to see me, okay, if I stand in front of you and you are able to see me, it is because the light from any source around is coming. It is incident on me, it is falling on me, and then it is reflecting in all directions. Those reflected light rays are reaching your eye and then you are able to see me. Okay, so now here we come across terms like reflection. So there are some properties which are exhibited by light rays. Okay, so before knowing them, let us know some technical terms which we will be using very often in this lesson. First of all, source. We say something as a source if we are able to get from that. Okay, suppose I say sun is the source of heat and light. That is because we are getting heat energy and light energy from the sun. Okay, so source is something from which we are able to get or obtain a form of energy. Now we come across the term incidence. Incidence means if something is coming and it is falling on a surface. Okay, if a light ray is coming from the source and it falls on me, instead of saying the light is falling on me, I would be using the term the light is incident on me. Okay, then next term is normal. Okay, normal is not an English term, it is totally a mathematical term. Okay, we say something is normal if an imaginary line or a line is drawn perpendicular to the surface. Okay, suppose there is a plane surface and a line is drawn perpendicular to it, then we say this line is normal to the surface. Now, reflection. Yes, this is where we are slowly entering into the topic. Light exhibits many properties: reflection, refraction, dispersion, deviation, okay, diffraction. Now, amongst those, first is the reflection. In case of reflection, what actually happens? In case of reflection, light rays, when they are incident on any polished surface, they bounce back into the same medium. Okay, now what is medium? Medium is anything which allows any form of energy to flow through it. Okay, I say like we can say an iron rod is a medium for heat energy because heat energy can flow through iron rod. In the same way, light can travel through glass, light can travel through air, so we can call glass and air as medium of light. Now, when these light rays are incident on a plane surface, they reflect back into the same medium. Suppose those light rays are falling on the glass plate or mirror. In air, they are traveling and they are falling on the mirror. They reflect back and again they are coming back to the air only. So that bouncing back of light rays into the same medium after striking a polished surface is called reflection. Okay, refraction. dispersion, diffraction, you will be learning about them in your next classes. Now, coming to the same phenomenon, reflection. See, any process which is in nature would be following few rules, okay, or some laws. It is governed by few laws, okay. In the same way, reflection also has two laws which it needs to obey. First law states that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So we should know what is angle of incidence and what is angle of reflection. We already know that if the light ray is incident on a surface, that light ray is called incident ray. And after reflection, the light ray is going back, and that ray which is going back or bouncing back is called a reflected ray. And at that point of incidence, we draw a normal. Now, the angle between the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence. The angle made by the incident ray with the normal is called angle of incidence. And the angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is called angle of reflection. Now, in case of reflection, the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection. This is the first law. Now, coming to second law. In second law, we state the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal lie in the same plane. Now, it is very simple to understand. If I take a plane mirror, an incident ray is falling on the mirror. So it is in the medium, it is above the mirror. The normal is drawn perpendicular to the surface. The normal is also up above the mirror. After striking the mirror, the light ray is bouncing back and going up. So this is also in the same plane, that is above the mirror. Incident ray, reflected ray and a normal, all three lie in the same plane. So we say this is the second law of reflection. So these are the two laws of reflection. Now, where do we observe this reflection phenomenon? Where do we observe this process? Do we even notice this every time? Definitely yes. See, when we stand in front of a mirror, we see ourselves. That is nothing but reflection. We look at our faces in a spoon, we look at our faces in a plate. There also we have reflection. Now, do we notice any difference in these two? Definitely yes. See, the reflection which we see in case of a mirror is called regular reflection, because when a parallel beam of light rays is incident on the mirror, they reflect back and go out parallel to each other. So all the incident rays are parallel to each other and all the reflected rays are also parallel to each other. So we say it is regular reflection. On the other hand, in case of a plate or a spoon, the surface is not as smooth as that of a plane mirror. So we say it is an irregular reflection. It is an irregular reflection. Now that is the reason why we notice there is a distortion, there is a difference, or rather there is a poor quality of image that is formed in case of the image formed in a spoon or a plate. Okay. So this is about regular and irregular reflection. So this is all for today. Remaining topic we will discuss in the next class. Until then, have a nice time. Bye bye.